Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a little bit different video. We're going to start doing some muscle breakdowns, and I'm really excited about this type of content because it allows me to give you guys a little bit more information about the muscles that we use, while we're using them, and why we use them, and why the exercises that we perform are beneficial for those muscles and for you overall. So the first video is going to be our soleus muscle, and it is located underneath the gastrocnemius, or your calf muscle, right? And this is actually it's a pretty darn amazing muscle. It allows us to do so many things, and if you are somebody who's running or doing a lot of hiking, this muscle is very, very important. It's utilized in a lot of different activities, but most of the time in the bent knee activation of a given leg movement, that's when the soleus really shines. And since the soleus muscle is so integral for the bent knee activation and propelling the body forward, this exercise video here could also be used as a addendum to the run training series. So you can add these as sport-specific strength exercises. Before we start talking about the exercises, let's go ahead and actually dive into a little bit more of description of the soleus muscle.
Soleus muscle, used for plantar flexion, aids in postural stabilization, vital to walking and running, part of the skeletal muscle pump system.
All right, so the soleus muscle group. Let's go ahead and let's discuss some of the aspects of how incredibly awesome this thing is. First and foremost, it is involved in plantar flexion, and it really comes into its own with the bent knee activation. So plantar flexion, if we take a look at our feet. So if I'm here, I push down, basically known as a heel raise, that's plantar flexion. All right, anytime you plant the foot. From the bent knee position, the soleus truly activates and really, like I said, really comes into its own. The next thing we want to talk about is postural stabilization. Now, because that soleus is responsible for plantar flexion, what it's also going to do is it's going to help you maintain your posture and not fall forward. So as you can see, with a little bit of plantar flexion, I'm exaggerating a little bit so you can see that what I'm doing, but with a little plantar flexion, I am going to be able to maintain my postural stabilization. Otherwise, I would just fall forward. Now, one of the main reasons why this muscle can perform this function, such as postural stabilization and running and walking and going upstairs, is because it's a slow twitch muscle fiber, which means it has a very high resistance to fatigue. Now, when we talk about our exercises later on in this video, we're going to start off with 3 to 4 sets of 10, but you'll notice that it's going to take a little bit of time for these muscles to get fatigued. So you may have to increase your repetitions to 15 or even 20 reps, depending on what your outcome goal is and how highly resistant to fatigue your soleus is. Lastly, the soleus muscle group is part of the skeletal muscle pump system. Now, this is important because this aids in venous return to the heart, which in turn is a factor, one of the factors for determining cardiac output. That's kind of important stuff. So the exercises that we're going to perform are the hip bridge heel raise, and there's a single-legged version for that. There is a lunge heel raise, and then there's going to be the bent knee squat heel raise. And there's also a single-legged version for that as well if you need it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this step, but you could use pretty much anything to elevate your foot's position. I would caution you, do not drop the heels too far down by having too high of a position to get started. If you're someone who has historically tight calf muscles or has been susceptible to plantar fasciitis, you're going to want to foam roll that area. You're going to want to make sure that you loosen it up, get it warmed up, and then test the height to make sure that it's appropriate for you. All right, here we go. So I'm going to get relatively close, right about there. All right, so from here, what's going to happen is I'm going to bring my hips up. Now, a normal bridge would be this, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my heels down, and then I'm going to raise them up. I'm going to come up. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to hit 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the higher the elevation, the more work it's going to be for your stretch, range of motion. But you could also place weights here if you just breeze through that. Now do 3 sets. Do 3 sets of 10, maybe 12, maybe 15. Do 3 sets. Once you get to the point where you feel that you need weight, do the weight, but go slow. All right, here's a single-legged version. This will be a little bit more work. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to bring this leg up. 1, 2, 3. Now this is very important. 4. Notice how this leg's not swinging. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now it's time to do the lunge with the heel raise. So once again, I come over to my step. I'm going to make sure that that is not too deep of a stretch for me. If it is, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to shorten that step height. All right, so from here, I'm going to drop down, do my lunge, and then pick up my heel. The lunge, right? The trick is when you drop down, you want to use the heel raise to lift the whole body up while maintaining this. If you come here and do this, you're not working it. So let's drop it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's some work. 5, 6, 7. Helps to put the hands here. 8. That way you can make sure that your distance is constant. 9 and 10. Remember, the ability to maintain constant position is probably the most important aspect of these exercises. You'll still get the benefit, but you won't get as much benefit if you allow yourself to move away from that one locked position once you get to the bent knee. Okay, so the last one is the bent knee heel raise. And this can be done either using both feet or single-legged. All right, so let's check it out. So I'm right here. I don't need my step right now. I'm going to take my position. We'll do my squat. Once again, it's very, very important to maintain that constant position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how I'm using my arms to help me lock myself into that position. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I say start off with 10. The more strength and power you have in that soleus area will determine how many more repetitions that you use. And also if you transition to start to use weights. All right, single-legged version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more of a balance thing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you find that you're having difficulty with your balance, what you can do is you can go ahead and you can hold on to an implement such as the door jamb or a pole or what have you, so that you can at least lock yourself down so that you don't have so much wavering, better balance, better execution. Okay, so we're going to have more videos, muscle breakdowns with Mark here in the future. Once again, this is a segment that I'm really, really excited about. The human body is pretty darn amazing. Let's just face it. The whole goal of these videos, not just the stack workouts or the strength workouts or the, how to use improvised equipment workouts, the run training workouts, and now these muscle breakdown workouts, all of this is designed to educate and enlighten you so that you're aware of what's going on when you exercise and why certain exercises are more beneficial than others, and maybe even more sport specific to your desired goal outcome. All right, well, once again, that wraps us up. This is muscle breakdowns. Today was about the Soleus muscle group and all the wonderful reasons why we want to strengthen that awesome, awesome muscle. Look for other videos. This segment is going to be ongoing once a week. And as always, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so that you can get alerts. Please, as always, follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. Please also leave comments in the comment section below or email me, mark@cinderfitness.com. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll see you when I see you.